What's up, everybody? It's Blevins Vox with Talk Box Live, and we are talking with Mr. Sam Spade, lead singer.
Hey,
What's up? Lead singer, bass player for the band The Midnight Devils.
that's right. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Very exciting.
I saw y'all, I guess it's a month, maybe a little longer than a month ago, something like that. Time, God, this year has flown. I mean, it's already it's month 6. I mean, shit, it's just crazy. I think it was the 1st of May when I saw y'all. So that's only been, I guess, 5-6 weeks. Anyway,
Made it.
Yeah, they were out on the road with I want to say Pretty Boy Floyd, but no,
The Choir Boys.
Choir Boys, right?
Yeah.
Choir Boys, and what's that dude's name?
Steve Ramone. Steve Ramone.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And then Chips Enough from the band Enough's Enough was playing bass with the Choir Boys, and also he was him and the rest of the guys from Enough's Enough, except for Tony, were playing as the backup band for Steve. Right. And then these guys were in the middle of the pack and had never heard of them. I had never seen them. I was over in Louisville, Kentucky at the Billiards, Louisville Billiards, I think is what it's called. And it's a pretty good stage there, decent sized place, you know. A lot of pool tables in one huge part of the room. And then you got the bar kind of horseshoed around. And then you got, the area where the bands play is killer stage. I love the stage. Just for my cup of tea, not a whole lot of room for patrons.
The thing I remember about that night is that even on May 1st, it was 110 degrees inside of that building. It was one of the hottest shows we played on the tour. And not that I mind, because I really don't care. I much prefer it. But I just remember being completely soaked, walking off the stage, and the owner comes up to me and she's like, "I'm really sorry it's so hot. We're getting the air fixed next week." I was like, oh.
It was hot out there. And it was mud. And of course, and the humidity was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It wasn't hot, but it just stuck to you.
And we'd been out in Baltimore, the week prior we were in Baltimore, we were all bundled up at the M3 festival. It was colder than hell. And then we get to Louisville and everybody's sweating bullets. It was great. It was fantastic. It was like heat wave.
No doubt. And y'all are from Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Yeah, we're based out of Omaha and Chicago. So Jimmy, our drummer, is out of Chicago. Okay. We are the Sniper and I are out of Nebraska.
Okay, Sniper. He's a guitar player.
Correct.
And what a killer guitar player, dude. That son of a gun can play the shit.
Yeah.
Well, it surprised me big time. I'd never seen you before, and I'm good friends with Beasley, the tour manager. And I was standing there talking to him. He said, "Dude, you got to come back in when these guys take the stage." He said, "You're going to love them, full of energy, just killer." I was like, okay. And I got in probably about halfway through the first song, because didn't y'all do Panama second?
It was third song.
Third. Okay, so my bad. So I got in on the second song halfway through, and started videotaping. And then the next thing I know, y'all went into Panama, and I was like, oh my God, it was a killer version of that song.
Beasley, you're friends with Beasley, a young George Lynch.
Yes, exactly. I'm friends with Chip and Tori.
A more handsome George Lynch.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, but yeah, man, been knowing Chip for a long time. Done a few interviews with him. Chip's been trying to get me to come out to his place and do some recording and stuff, and time just hadn't worked out. And he's the busiest man in show business. I mean,
he absolutely is.
I think this past year, I don't know if it was this coming year or last year, I think he put out 3 albums or some shit like that, or he has to do 3 albums this year.
Yeah, on this tour alone, there was one week that we played a show one night, and he drove all the way to M3, did the show at M3, drove all the way back to where we were at, played 2 more shows. Like, he did 5 or 6 shows in a 48-hour span or a 24-hour span. It was just nuts. And I'm just like, he that's why they call him the mayor of Glam Town. Like, he is the godfather, and he goes out there and proves it every night. Like, there's no question.
Yeah, no doubt. These guys, the way you look now is tamed down from
Yes.
the way you look on stage. I'm not sure everybody can see that picture up under here, but that's what the guys look like in the picture back here. Let me see if I can. Attire. So and Panama was off the hook, man. It was great. Y'all have tons of energy. You're a madman on stage. Killer bass player, great front man, good singer. Just, I mean, you capture the audience.
It's funny because it's as exciting to me every time that we walk up on stage. It's not like I'm putting on a show or that I kind of feel like I got to step up the game. When we start putting our makeup on, when we're on tour, when that kind of that rumble starts, it's exciting to me, and I just do what comes natural. And I know that you got to push your limits and push your boundaries, especially in new cities that you've never played in before, to new people. You really got to bring the heat, and that's exactly, every time I walk up on stage, it's like, leave it all on the stage. You got 45 minutes to do what you do. Yeah. Don't give them anything less.
Yeah, and you didn't. And the thing is you got out there and stood on top of a table and were getting people to come up to the bar.
Yeah.
And I mean, not the bar, but the stage. Just great stuff, man. And when I first got there, I walked in the bathroom and you were actually putting your makeup on, and I was like, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I was taking a leak, and I was like, damn, I hope that some bitch is in one of these bands and not just somebody coming to hang out.
That was one of the good ones. So on this tour, since we were supporting the choir boys, we actually had the really cool pleasure of, they rode in our van with us for the whole tour, 2 weeks across the United States. The greatest stories I've ever heard. Like, we became best friends. I'll just always think of that tour as one of the best tours that I think we have ever had. But when you travel with another band, you got to show them kind of respect and give them their space. So they don't necessarily want to be around us while we're doing makeup and getting dressed and everything like that. So we took the back, like the beer stock room, as our dressing room. We gave them the nice dressing room up front by the stage. We took the stock room, but there was no mirrors in the stock room, and it was 100 degrees in the stock room. So we're just like, let's just get dressed in the bathroom. Like, there's mirrors right there. Nobody's going to care. And it always works. You go in there and start your makeup, and everybody starts coming to the bathroom like, I need to use the sink. And you're just like, oh, man, here we go. But it happened throughout the whole tour, whereas like we'd be getting dressed outside, using the van windows to get made up outside of the venues. I enjoy that stuff. And, it's part of the thing. Like, it's not that you don't take it seriously, but like, we don't need the big fancy dressing rooms with the lights and everything like that.
Right.
A van mirror covered in bugs work fine.
Yeah, no doubt. and those are few and far between, the places that treat you like they used to back in the day, and really treat you like they should. I've noticed that some bands, and talking to Beasley about that, I had Beasley on the show a couple weeks ago, and like Beasley said, the bars that have our venues that have guys that used to be in music or are still in music really know how it is and know how to treat bands and artists.
Yeah. And it's like the creature comforts of just if you're in a van for 13 hours, the last thing you want to do is walk into a bar and have it be just as terrible as the van was. So, you kind of you look forward to just being able to sit there, maybe eat dinner, or I don't know, just relax. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So you just roll with the punches. You don't complain. You just deal with it.
Yeah.
That's rock and roll. It's supposed to be like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And y'all have a good bit of merch and stuff too, shirts and I think pins and patches and picks and
we got everything. I'm such a huge
posters, all that good stuff.
As you can tell, I'm such a huge Kiss fan, so really taking a play from the guys that came before us. Like, what you want something for everybody, and what I think would be cool, we're gonna buy it and put it on the merch table, and it always sells, whether it's shot glasses or lighters, or we got the weird stuff. Like, we have, and a lot of the stuff that we have is made by friends or family here in Nebraska. So it's like we kind of support it's not necessarily support local, but you're helping your friends out, giving them money. They're making you cool handmade stuff that you can sell on the road, and awesome. Everybody gets helped out.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That's a cool idea.
Yeah. So it's like we have guitar string or the bass string bracelets. So after the tour, I take all the strings off my bass, I give them to my buddy, he turns them into these really awesome bracelets, and we put them back out on the merch table, and people just love them. They go crazy for these awesome bass strings because they're unique and individual and very, like, if you wanted a piece of that memorabilia from the Choir Boys tour, we got it right there.
Right. And I did see some of those, I guess, from the prior tours out there on the merch table too. So that was cool. I wanted a shirt. I just couldn't get one at the time. But
I'll have to send you.
I love the one that's got Farley on the front of it.
See, and that's a play into what our new music video. Once the album comes out, the video actually comes into play with that Farley character.
It'll make sense.
We call him the Pink Bastard, and Pink Bastard parts unknown, right? So so is my cousin who is this cosplayer, and we painted him completely pink, and he dances around in the video for the single, and it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. I cannot. We've been sitting on this video for 2 months now, and I've just been dying to show it to people.
I am so blind. Sorry about that. Yeah. And is that video for the single that was released a couple weeks ago on all the platform labels, Highway 69?
No, actually, we have a video that's being made right now. So we got really good tight with Paul Gearing from the Choir Boys. He does like amateur video stuff on his phone. So he's creating a video, like a Highway 69 tour recap video of our time on the road.
Oh, okay.
So the next single after that will be the Chris Farley video, or well, the Pink Bastard video, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. But yeah, everybody go to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, it is nowadays, and I guess all your places. I really smell a lot of smoke. Sorry, there's something burning around here. It smells like wood. So hopefully it's.
I got it. You talk.
Not our place, but anyway.
Bring the devils on, and the place starts on fire. It's about
no doubt. Normal. So, okay, but now this next tour, you're going on the road with Enough's Enough and Pretty Boy Floyd, right?
Yes, yeah. The Glam Slam Metal Jam Tour, 2022. There's 2 different legs. This is the first leg. We're going out for 20 days. We've already done a tour we did a tour with Pretty Boy Floyd through Texas last year, and it was so good. We had so much fun. Like, they rode in our van with us. We had all these stories. It was insanity for a week straight. I've never seen anything like it. So you can only imagine what putting us all together for 20 days with Enough's Enough, who, we're best friends with them as well. Like, it's just the stars are lining up for this to be something spectacular. And I think this is going to be one of those tours that people talk about and that they remember. And I think it'll just keep going. So there's already 2 legs of the tour. I think there'll be a 3rd one.
Oh, awesome. Shit. Yeah, man. That's very cool. Now, as far as, I just lost my damn train of thought. Oh, one thing I was going to tell you, that in your makeup and your hair done and everything and what you're wearing, you have this, not just a little bit of a look and a little bit of the sound, kind of a mixture between the both, but the way you command a crowd and your presence on stage, you really remind me a lot of Bret Michaels, but also Janie Lane.
I love Janie Lane.
I do too.
Kind of gave me goosebumps there. Yeah, I think Janie Lane is incredible. His aura, I guess, but it's just that when you look at him and you go, that guy, he's a badass. And then he comes out and sings, and he's got that attitude, and you're like, man, this guy's just unstoppable. Same with Bret Michaels, though. I tell everybody, man, we saw Poison. So we just announced that we're doing the Rocklahoma show, right? The big festival.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. We did it a couple years back, and it was huge. Korn was there, Disturbed, all these massive bands, and Poison was there. Well, Poison comes out on stage in front of 50,000 people, and the whole place loses their mind. Girls are screaming, people are fainting. I've never seen anything like this. Korn comes up on stage, people are like, yeah, this is great. Poison comes up on stage, the place goes ballistic. And I'm like, that's how it's done. That's how a band's supposed to play. Poison, they didn't play anything new. They played everything from the 80s, and they mopped the floor with every new band that I saw.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of my favorite bands growing up, you know, but definitely Warrant. Warrant is just by far one of my favorites. You know, I was not a huge Enough's Enough fan back in the day, but I've grown to be one. I mean, I travel all over to go see damn Chip.
Yeah,
you know, hang out.
That's one of the
He's just
best.
so genuine, man.
One of the best bands that I've seen, and we watch their show every night, and they're just spectacular band. I just am blown away. Every night I see them, they're better and better, and I go, man, these guys are just unstoppable. Musically, I think they're one of the coolest bands that there are.
Yeah.
And not to mention they're like all really good friends of ours, so we get along with them so well. Chip produced our record. We did our record at his house, and so he's kind of taken us under his wing and has really helped us out so much. I can't thank him enough. Yeah.
Chip's awesome, man, and he's so gracious and everything. You know, every show, and I wish everybody would do this, even at his stature, and even people bigger than him or small. I don't care who you are. Chip is one of the only guys that will, as soon as he walks off stage, he doesn't go wash his hands, he doesn't wash his face, he doesn't wash his ass, he doesn't do nothing. Chip goes straight to the merch table and bam, he's there. And you did the same thing. And you were wringing wet. I mean, you look like a fucking water hose was dripping off your in your head and I mean, it was just running water. And you know, that's just, you know, not to gross anybody out, but that's just too fucking cool, man. You know,
we learned from the best. We did. And the cool thing about Chip, I find this fascinating. So I got two really good stories about him. The first one was on this last tour where he's playing bass with the Choir Boys. Like, just his bass, the way he played the songs, I'm like, this is unbelievable. He was so good, and you knew that he had practiced the songs, but he didn't practice them that much. But you couldn't tell, he was so good. So our first day off after 2 weeks was in LA. So we drive all the way from Vegas to LA. Chip's hooking us up with this hotel. We get to Glendale, California, and we pull our van up, and there's a bus sitting there. And it's one of the most immaculate hotels I've ever seen. I'm just like, holy cow. Chip's like, I got you guys a room here at this hotel. It's brilliant, bro. It's brilliant. We pull up. He's sitting out there in the California sun, full coat on, hat, underneath an umbrella. It's 100 degrees out. He's smoking a joint in front of this beautiful hotel in Glendale. I'm like, this guy is the coolest guy ever. That's the coolest guy ever. And the other brilliant thing, attest to what you said, is that Chip will hang out with me. He'll hang out with you. And then he'll go hang out with Joe Perry or Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. Like, the dude is that's the range that he has. You know, he'll hang out with the normal guy and then go hang out with these mega rock stars. And they bring him to, like, everybody knows him. Yeah. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Nobody has one bad thing to say. So it's so cool.
Yeah, definitely, man. So how long have you been doing music?
I've been doing music for close to 20 years now. So I'm 37 now. I probably started when I was 16, 17. First band when I was 18. First touring band. Okay. All right, cool. Did you start out on bass? I started out on guitar. I wanted to be Ace Frehley clone. So I got the Ace Frehley triple pickup guitar. I was in a couple punk rock bands, but I was the glam dude in punk rock bands. And it worked, and it was cool.
What,
and we started
dolls?
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
And so we traveled around, the Midwest, and kind of got your bearings on how to actually tour, because it's a different thing. It's something you got to practice, something you get good at, and something, that you just can't jump into being on the road like that. So being in a punk rock style touring band, you don't get hotels, you don't get food, you don't get any of this. It really prepared for the journey. It was like a really good preparation by fire for the journey.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Now, growing up, I guess you grew up in Omaha, right? Or in Nebraska?
It was a smaller town in Nebraska, yeah.
Okay. What was I'm sure there wasn't a scene, or there might have been a scene
Nope.
in the bigger area. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, so what got you started on that?
It was.
Besides Ace Frehley, what did you have guys to jam with?
Yeah. So I found some dudes, some guys that were just friends of mine that we were all kind of pitching the idea around it. Like, hey, I played football. I did all this sports, but I wasn't super into sports. I was really into that kind of camaraderie and that feel and that structure of sports, but I loved the music. And so I found these guys that were really into it. Cool, we're gonna start our own band. And it dawned on me that being in your own band is the ticket to kind of get out of your city and to be able to travel and be able to see the world, to meet girls, to meet interesting people, to do all these cool things, all in the name of rock and roll. It's brilliant. And to express your creative side, no matter how much you want, whatever you want. And I love the Midnight Devils because it is a band that's not really stuck in this like 80s hair metal. We're not an 80s hair metal band. We're a new glam rock band. We can do whatever we want. We can say whatever we want. Our art is different. And that's always kind of the band I was looking for. It took me a while to get there, punk rock bands. And then Sniper and I were in an 80s hair metal tribute band, which was great and got our chops up really well. Like it taught us how to play and work, learn how to be in a good band. And then we just kind of moved into our own and said, we're going to be the masters of our own destiny here. Screw the money. We don't care about the money anymore. Like we're going to go out and lose our asses, but travel the country and travel the world.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And it's hard to find guys that will stick to it,
Yeah.
And find guys that will not only stick to it, but to do it with.
Yeah, it really is. I'm so thankful. I don't know how that we stumbled upon each other, but Sniper's been doing this since the 80s, right? He's got the coolest stories of traveling around with bands in the 80s where they play 5 nights a week at the same bar, 6 sets. And, they do this week all the way across the country, where Jimmy and I grew up pretty similarly, different parts of the country, but we both had this punk rock background. And so for us to kind of join, we were already at the same mind frame. Sniper's been there and done it. And so he'll say, anything you guys are doing right now, I've done it 20 times better back in the 80s. I'm not interested. You don't even have to worry about it. So we can't, there's no shocking Sniper on any of the shenanigans or any of the stuff that we do on the road. He loves it, but he's just like, that I've already done it better than you guys have.
Yeah.
So it's that like-mindedness of, getting a van and we're going.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I would love to do that. I've always wanted to do it, just never have had the means, I guess.
Sure.
Not the means, but the people to do it
Yep.
with. Everybody's always got to work a full-time job, but or a day job. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. If I had I've only seen y'all live once and heard some of your music online, and the two maybe 3 words that first come to mind is 80s, but punk and glam.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you can put those two together, but I have.
Yeah.
That's exactly what y'all are. You're not punk, but you're not glam, but you're a mixture of both. You are.
And we love those 80s bands, like Van Halen and all these really cool. We love Poison, we love Faster Pussycat, LA Guns. And we love these bands, but that's not exactly what we are. We're still kind of a mixture of all these cool influences that we all you sprinkle in the toppings. We all grew up on these kind of things, and the kicker. The little secret that we have is that I love old school like boogie woogie Elvis Presley, that kind of old school music. And I thought Faster Pussycat did it, and they did it really well, but we should also do it but make it our own. So it's kind of those mixtures that we throw in, the really hooky choruses that get people singing along. They know our songs already. It's not, the cool thing is that we don't take ourselves super seriously. It's supposed to be fun. This is rock and roll. The whole thing's supposed to be a party and a ride. So we're going to ride it all the way up, and we're going to have a blast doing it no matter what. We've had so many bad things happen to us that you just got to laugh and you just shake it off and you keep going. Yeah. Where I just love this band, the freedom that we have to kind of explore whatever we're doing. We have that freedom, and I love it. My dad texted me today, or I called my dad today to say, "Hey, Dad, we're leaving for this next tour." He goes, "Yeah, your cousin's telling me you're wearing women's clothing." I go, "Well, Dad, I am in a glam band, and you're calling to ask me about women's clothing when we just released a single on a record label and we're about to go on tour across the country." Like, he goes, "It's just a little shocking." I go, "I know it's supposed to be. That's what it is."
That's right.
Nobody else has the balls to do it, so we're going to do it.
Well, you have the glam look, but you also have that overseas, Europe, whatever you want to call it, British kind of a punk rock look back in the 80s. And the punk rock attitude, the punk rock, you don't necessarily have the punk rock sound, but you have the attitude, and the drums are kind of punk rock. They're kind of not hillbilly-ish, whatever you want to. I don't know what to call it.
They're Ramones. He loves the Ramones, so they're very Ramones style. Yeah,
right. Exactly. Like you say, the Elvis Presley boogie woogie type stuff. And then Sniper's guitar sound is straight up 80s.
Straight up
80s. Van Halen, George Lynch, Warren DeMartini, all that shit.
He loves those guys.
And it's a perfect match.
He's. I tell everybody, Jimmy is this weird anomaly. Jimmy Metz. You say Jimmy Metz, and you see him, you go, "It's perfect. It's a perfect fit." But he's the drummer that off stage, I have no idea what he's doing. I have no idea. I love the guy. I sit next to him. I sleep next to him in the bed. I have no idea what he's doing. But on stage, I never have to look back ever at him. He's rock solid. The tempos are great. I never have to worry about him on stage. Sniper is like the musical leader of this band, the musical director, I should say.
Right.
He's the one that kind of holds us all accountable for performing, being up to par, having your stuff ready to go. And if you don't, then you got to talk to Sniper, and nobody wants to do that. So he's really one that pushes us sonically, musically, to perform at our best. And I love it. I love that he kind of holds that power over us.
Yeah. Well, and it's a 3-piece too. That's what's amazing, not just that y'all are the 3-piece, that also counts into the punk rock thing, but also it to play Panama as a 3-piece and to sing it and do that, that's amazing. And it sounded really good, and fucking Sniper was just dead on with his stuff, and
Van Halen's a weird one. We had talked about taking that cover out, but it's such a crossover song on so many levels. Girls love it, guys love it, rockers love it, metal dudes love it, glam rockers love it. Everybody loves Van Halen, and so it's a strategy that we've implemented in the beginning of the band, and now we just keep it going because we know how well it works, and it got a break in it that we can. I can kind of catch my breath. It's about halfway through this, catch my breath from singing, and then go back out and just lay the hammer back down. So it's a cool song. I love playing it every night.
Exactly. You need to learn the jump off the riser split thing, and
I haven't figured out how to do that while playing bass yet.
I know, that'd be a little hard.
I have done it, but split a lot of pants doing it. A lot of ruined pants because of that move.
I bet. That's cool, man. Now, you had mentioned something about when the new album does come out that you have another cover song on that. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Working for the Weekend, the Loverboy song. So we went into the studio. We into the studio. We had our 10 songs. I give Chip our demos for the 10 songs. He's like, they're great. It's brilliant, bro. But the label wants a cover as your first single. And we're like, what? And he goes, yeah, come back tomorrow. I'll have a cover ready to go. And we hadn't even thought about it. So we're driving around Chicago. We go up to the hot dog stand, and Working for the Weekend comes on the radio in the van. And we're like, oh, it's brilliant. It's perfect. Perfect. So we come back. We learn it that night. We come back in, lay it down, and boom, we're off to the races. It was that easy. We didn't even think about it that much, you know.
That's
so
amazing.
It was all Chip's responsibility. He was the one that did it, and it turned out great. It's the new video. It'll be out July 1st.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yep. Heck yeah, man. And now, when does the full CD drop?
It's July 1st too.
July 1st. Okay, I didn't know if you had just the video or whatever. So okay, cool. All right, so so July 1st. What do we got? About 3 weeks now. So three
weeks, and it's ready to go. Yeah, like we have copies of the CD. We're on top of it. We're ready to roll, ready to pump this thing out. And I think I'm so excited and so blown away by the reaction that the first single's already got. No video. They just they released it, and everybody's freaking out, loving the song Highway 69, which we've had that in our set for a year now. And now people are coming around and going, this is brilliant. This is incredible. Okay. And I'm blown away. First single already out.
Well, you know, I have listened to that song, and I have listened to, the other stuff from the, was it an EP or was it a full album?
It was a full album.
Full album. Okay, I couldn't remember, but I was checking some of it out. And, I'm not dogging on anything, but I've got to be honest. The production of this new song is fucking amazing compared to the other.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Day and night, man. Day and night.
Because we had sat down, and the first record we did in Omaha with a guy named Greg Turner, and he was doing he built his own studio. It was his first record. We did it down there. We didn't know what we were doing. It's the learning process, right?
Right, so exactly. Everybody
we did all of it. We took it to the guy that we thought we knew would mix it really well, and he did an okay job. Mm-hmm. This one, we were like, okay, we're on a label. We got to actually do this pro. We got to really get the guys. We got Chip on board. He goes, I got the perfect guy to mix and master the CD. I'm like, okay.
Chris Stein.
Chris. And I walk in and I go,
his work.
I'm looking at the IMDb, and it says, engineered Kiss Revenge. And I was like, this is the guy that's doing our record? Get out of here.
He's done Ozzy. He's done Jack. Yeah. He's done fucking, Kanye West, whatever. But I'm just saying, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He's done tons of different stuff. So, and, not to say that a name on there is not going to hurt, either.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, man, it's a great song.
So we went in there and listened. And the engineer, Rob, did an incredible job too. It was Rob engineered it, Chip produced it, and then we took it to Chris and he mixed and mastered it, did everything. And we went to, it was Stonecutter Studios in Chicago.
Yeah.
And we went in and hung out, and we're just feeling the vibrations of that room and hanging out with Chip. And they got that new Beatles movie, Let It Be, playing. And I'm just like, this is a moment in time right now that we're experiencing that. Just we'll remember for the rest of our lives, just the excitement building up to this. And Chris was like, yeah, this amp right here, Paul and Gene gave it to me as a present for doing the Revenge record. And we're just like, whoa, hold on.
That's awesome. I've actually talked to Chris a few times, and I've almost went and recorded at his studio too. But just,
what a good dude and a genius.
Yes. Great stuff, man. I had to throw that in there. There's that new song just really is polished.
He was hearing stuff that I couldn't even hear. I didn't even know. Half the time I just kind of sit there.
No doubt.
Like faders and all this. I'm like, Chris is just brilliant. Yeah.
Very cool. Now, what else are y'all playing? More than one song or a couple songs from the new album on tour?
We've been doing 3. So our sets have only been, since we've been doing all these really cool, these incredible tours, but they're all opening. You know, we're all support bands, direct support bands on the tour. You get about 40, 45 minutes. Beasley's kind of a hard ass on us too. So if you talk to him, tell him to ease up, man. Give us an extra 5. But yeah, we'll do 2 or 3 songs off the new record, 3 songs off the old record, and a cover here.
Okay. Very cool. So 45 minutes, and I am taking into consideration that you do a lot of, not a lot of talk, but you do a lot of talking and a lot of cheering on, you know, trying to get fans into it and this and that and the other. So what do y'all do? Maybe 8 songs?
If we're lucky.
If you're lucky. Yeah.
A lot of it depends on what the crowd is. If the crowd's really fighting me to have fun, then I got to go above and beyond and really bring them to the show. Like, I got to encourage, like, you got to get in the party. You got to be a part of this. And so it takes a little longer. We played out at the Whiskey in LA. We drove all the way out there to play this show, and the crowd was loving it. Everybody was loving it. We ended up playing 4 songs. 4 songs at the Whiskey. We drove all the way from Omaha to LA, played 4 songs. It went great. It was a great show. But
who
4
fucking
songs.
cares if you only played 1? You played the Whiskey A Go-Go on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking get any better than that, unless you're, you know, at Madison Square Garden or some shit like
We've
that.
done it. The last one was the 3rd time we've done it, and we'll go back in September, so we'll do it 4 times within a calendar year.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's coming home. They got to put my name on one of the dressing room walls or something. They're like, back again. The guy at the Rainbow, we walked to the Rainbow full makeup on. He's like, man, you guys are back again? What?
No doubt. Cool. Now, have y'all ever played the King Clubs?
No, we never have. We played. So in Columbus, we've played a burlesque bar. I think it's right next door. And we played it Tuesday night, and there was a comedian opening up for us. Oh man, this is gonna be terrible. And the comedian did really good. And then we get up to play, and there's maybe 10 people there, but there's all these bras and stuff hanging off the ceilings. And I'm like, this is my kind of place. All right, this is really cool. And it was a Tuesday night or something. Just had a blast. Yeah. 10 people there, had a blast, ripped up the stage, you know, and just so I have very fond memories of Columbus, Ohio, and I'm Beasley's hometown apparently too.
Yeah, Beasley's hometown, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you ever played what's the name of that place? Flint, Michigan. Have y'all played Flint, Michigan?
We've played in Detroit or like Westminster.
Okay.
Diesel. We played Diesel.
Oh, Diesel. Okay. I'm trying to remember the name of the club. Anyway, it's one of those, it's a what you call it? One of those damn it, bucket list things that I want to do.
Oh,
on everybody's bucket list, huh?
The Forge, is that it?
No. Everybody takes a picture in that fucking hallway, every band, and it's got all the, you know, the pictures framed and everything of all the bands that have played there before and shit.
Sure.
What is the name of that damn place? The metal shop. No,
the metal shop.
Something shop.
I think it's the metal shop. I think you're right.
That doesn't sound right.
The machine shop.
Machine shop. There we go. Damn. M shop. I was close. So yeah. That's definitely a place y'all need to get in. Very cool venue there. Y'all haven't played Cincinnati yet. Y'all jumped over.
No.
Yeah, y'all jumped over last tour and this tour.
Yeah, we've driven through Cincinnati a whole bunch of times, but never stopped. Same with Cleveland.
Do what now?
Same with Cleveland. We never played Cleveland. We've driven through so many times. We never even stopped, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all this stuff, this history. We just haven't had a chance.
Right. Yeah. And then of course you got Dayton, and you got Sandusky. Like Sandusky, the last couple of weeks they've had the Ohio Bike Week. It's like a week or 2 long thing. And
you know where we played though? Bowling Green.
Oh, Bowling Green. Okay.
A little sleeper town, but an awesome rock and roll club.
Was that in Ohio or the Bowling Green in Kentucky?
the Bowling Green in Ohio.
Okay, because I know Bowling Green in Kentucky's got a couple bars too. So
Yeah, in
okay.
Ohio, we had an awesome night there.
Okay. There's a y'all in Omaha. I got a buddy that works at a radio station out there in Iowa.
Yeah, it's 89.7 The River.
I don't know. No, it's a local but it's a
College.
No, but it's very PBS type thing or whatever you want to call it. Public broadcasting. It's a real small station. But anyway, a buddy of mine does a show on Friday nights there. His name's Ryan Mooney. I don't know if you know of him, but anyway, I'll tell him about y'all and he'll get in touch with you.
Not super familiar.
Yeah, he plays Mojo Mooney is his name on
yeah. He's from Des Moines, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mojo.
I knew he was in Iowa, but is it Iowa? Des Moines, Iowa? Yeah. So
yeah, we met. He's friends with Chip too, so he was at the last Enough's Enough show that we did with him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
I figured you did. I figured y'all had heard of him or something. So
Yep.
So yeah, very cool, man. It's always good to just make friends with everybody.
Radio.
So, yeah, very cool. Well, shoot, yeah, man. Let's see. Anything else you want to add? Where can everybody check your stuff out?
TheMidnightDevils.com is very easy. We do right now. We do all of our stuff in house. So like we produce our own merchandise. We ship our own merchandise. We do our own websites. We answer all of our own emails and texts and everything. I don't know that anybody, if that matters to anybody, but we're shipping from my house to your house. If you buy something, it's coming with love from me to you. TheMidnightDevils.com. The new singles out on almost every one of the streaming platforms, but we're very active on social media, and it's a very, very, for us, it's a good medium because we're such a visual band. Yeah. So we just post ridiculous pictures of the guys being crazy on the road, and just
it is on YouTube also. The single is on Topic, YouTube Topic, or the Midnight Devils Topic, and so you can find it there if you like using YouTube. So
that's the big thing. We're doing the tour leaves on Wednesday across the country. We come back and then we'll go up to Wisconsin and do Rock Fest, which they announced. Rock Fest. That'll be a huge festival. Come back and do a couple shows in Nebraska in the Midwest, and then we're heading to St. Louis to open for Slaughter in late July.
Okay.
I think the second leg of the Glam Slam Jam tour goes out in October, and then we are going to Europe in October, November.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Whole year's kind of planned out, if it all goes according, which it will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's congrats, man. That's awesome. Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of guys, man. Y'all are really. I dig it that y'all are out there busting your ass.
We love what we do, and we're such good road dogs, right? We just love that grind. And I asked Sniper, I'm like, man, does it ever get easier? He goes, I don't think so. I think we're just gonna be grinding. But you can see the momentum and how far we've progressed over the years. But it's still, we came from that school of the guys that came before us wrote the blueprint on how to do this. You get a van, you put out a record, you go on tour, and you hit every city along the way, and you talk to those guys every city, and then you come back and you just keep doing it over and over and over. It's already there. There's no question on how to do it.
And the next time, there's a couple more people there, or maybe 100 more people there, and then the next time it's even more. So yeah, definitely. It's not like being in a cover band and playing the same 5 bars all year long, and then the next thing you know, it's like, oh well, our friends aren't coming anymore because they can see
we did that. That's exactly what happened to us. Yep,
no doubt, it does.
And we were like, it's cool, and I have mad respect for cover bands, musicians, guys that great. But we wanted more. We wanted to reach higher. We kind of plateaued out, and I was like, this there's got to be more. Yeah, and we kind of stumbled upon it.
Yeah. Now, how'd y'all come up with the name The Midnight Devils?
It was so the band that we were in prior to this band put out a record called Just Midnight Devils. And I came up with the idea of riding around in a car. It was Friday night. My buddy comes and picks me up. It's just about the sun's going down, the sun's setting on a Friday night It's 100. It's hot out, and I'm rolling with the windows down, going, man, tonight's going to be a good night. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to have some stories. This is going to be one of those legendary nights. I got that feeling. That's right. Up like we're the Midnight Devils, and so for the band, I thought let's put the in front of it. The Rolling Stones, the Who. I always wanted to be in a band with the in front of it. That was really, there's no big meaning, no big deep meaning.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
It's spurred on. That's the cool thing. We came up with the name, and then the ideas started flowing. The images of the devil girl or the devil guy. I go, this guy can do anything we want it to do,
Right.
and it's acceptable. It's our superhero. It's our Eddie. And then we got those horns, the green horns, like AC/DC. I went and saw AC/DC, and 20,000 people wearing these horns. I go, that's a brilliant idea. We can use that. So now we got horns. We got devil dollar bills that we throw out.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's really anything that we want. The creativity is just off the charts, and I think it's so much fun.
Exactly. Shoot, yeah, man. Well, yeah. So, and then everybody can check you out on Facebook. It's the Midnight Devils. And I guess y'all are on Instagram and
Twitter, everything,
and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
It's super easy to find.
Do what now?
It's super easy to find us, and we're usually pretty responsive to any comments or messages.
Right. Yeah. You were you got back with me pretty quick, so that was cool. But yeah, man. Well, good luck on this this tour. And
the Glam Slam Metal. We gotta hook back up and talk after this, because I got a feeling that this tour is gonna be one of those tours.
Oh yeah.
I think there's stories for days.
Okay. Well, yeah, and as soon as I stop this, we can talk, and we won't be live or anything like that. So talk about some things, but
Sure.
But yeah, man. So everybody, check out the Midnight Devils. Check them out if they're coming near you. They're going to be on the road, like I said, with Enough's Enough and Pretty Boy Floyd. The very first show kicks off this Friday night in Columbus, Ohio at the King Clubs. And where y'all going the night after that?
Detroit.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So they'll be in Detroit. What place?
Harpo's.
Okay.
Yeah. Then off to Pittsburgh after that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then of course the second leg of that tour, that same tour, is going to be in I think you were saying October. Now, is that just going to be overseas in Europe?
That'll be Texas and Florida. So slightly out of the country, but still in the United States. Texas and Florida.
Okay. Well, I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi, so I mean that's right up my alley. So
I don't know that we've ever played in Mississippi. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I know Chip has. But back in my day when I was back there, which I'm 52 now, so I was a teenager during the 80s, so I loved it. But we didn't get a whole lot of cool bands. We got a lot of cool bands, but it just wasn't. Here in Ohio, shit, you can't throw a dead cat without hitting a fucking good band playing every night of the week. It's just this is a central hub, I guess. Even if they're not playing, they stop by. So it's good stuff here. But yeah, and so Texas, and how about Louisiana?
We're driving through. I don't know if we're stopping. So we got 5 dates in Texas, and then I think 5 in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. And then one in
Texas. So
one in Atlanta, I believe, is the last show in Atlanta.
Okay. You know where that's at?
I can't remember what it's called.
Okay. So 37 in Maine?
Possibly. I would assume.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a promoter out there, Scully Coley.
Oh, yeah. I think he's doing the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably at 37 in Maine. So that's cool. Awesome. All right. Well, cool, man. Definitely. But yeah, and everybody check us out. We're getting to where we don't just do Wednesday nights. This is a Monday night. We did Monday night because Mr. Sam here, he's leaving to go hit the road on Wednesday. So we did a special night for him. This coming Wednesday night, we are going to do Tar Lynch, the Tar Lynch band. And so be ready for that. And then next Wednesday, we have Sebastian Labar from Tantric is going to be on the show.
All right.
and got some more irons in the fire, but I just haven't got everything done yet. I was slacking for a little while because I stay so damn busy doing everything else.
Hey, you got records coming out too. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And my guys live in Mississippi, and I'm up here, so
You understand then?
yeah, it's wow.
How do you rehearse? We don't.
Yeah, exactly. We don't.
You just have to know the songs.
We got 3 shows at the end of this month, and we have not played together. Well, I take that back. We were in studio last weekend in Atlanta, but that was 4 new songs. We didn't hit anything else. We have not played together on stage since December 8th.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but everybody knows their shit, and you know what? Just listen to the songs, play along with it, and refresh a couple days before, and you're
I
good.
think we've had 2. Jimmy prides himself on telling people this, but I think we've had 2 rehearsals in the time that we've been in a band. One was right when Jimmy started. One was when we brought in the demos for the new record. That was it.
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. So, but if you play enough, dude, you don't have to, except on new material. But but that's cool. Well, shoot, yeah, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We had a few people come in and watch. No questions, I don't guess. We didn't have any comments. No. There we go. So do I know?
I'll put the website in.
Oh, okay. And of course, we got the website up here for everybody to check out, to go there. And definitely on any of the download streaming platforms, go and check them out. And Sam, it's been awesome. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll talk. All right, everybody. We will see you in 2 days. So later.
Have a good night.